We're going to transition a little bit and talk about ancestral travel because become such a thing. Like you said, your dad and the ancestry.com and all the things that we can do now to find our roots. And people really want to travel to those places where their heritage comes from. So, why do you think heritage and ancestral travel is exploding right now?
I think you nailed it because of the access to records. I mean, we didn't have that before. You could go to Ellis Island, you could try to research names, you could go to Ireland and see, who departed on the Titanic and go to the exhibitions and all of that. But with the launch of these DNA test sites, and so when my father got on ancestry.com and it devoted a couple of years into looking at our lineage and tracing our roots, and he traced it all the way back. I mean, to all of our Celtic blood, the northern countries there, but really ultimately down into Wales. It's all because he had access to this new network that he could explore. Him being retired, he had the time to do that and invest. And I think for others, that paired with some of the genealogists that are on the ground and historians you can hire for the day, the archives that are available and accessible in Ireland and other places that you can really explore your roots. I think just giving people access and having those tools now leads to more exploration and really from curiosity, because who doesn't want to know where they're actually from? And for me personally, again, being from Minnesota and really not being able to identify in one perfect slice of the heritage pie, we're from all over the place and it's fun to just narrow it down.
Yeah, it sounds like these DNA kits and these genealogy tests are really kind of changing the game for how people plan their trips and decide exactly where they're going to go. And so, for our listeners who are curious about ancestral travel, where do they begin? I mean, research, records, family stories. Do they start with the DNA kit and then go from there? How do you encourage that?
Very first thing, you have to ask your parents, ask your grandparents what they know, because it's the most eye-opening information that you could get is tell me about where you're from, where grandma's from, where grandpa's from. Like, I know nothing, right?
Mhm.
And you have to take an interest in it. Ask your immediate family. Then if you want to go further, go get on ancestry.com. If you're comfortable, do the DNA test. You again narrow it down. Some of it's a little surprising. It's not as accurate as you might hope. For example, I have Native American blood in me, and I thought a lot more. I know a lot more because we've traced it back than that DNA kit showed. So all my friends were always making fun of me. They're like, "You've identified as Native American for your whole life and you're a fraud." Like, well, no, I have an actual card from the reservation in Oklahoma showing my percentage. But it's so you got to take some of it with a grain of salt when you see the results. But I think that is between just researching within your own family, ancestry.com. The one thing that when I took an interest in this, my mom came up with the Bible that on the family Bible on the first page, it had my great grandfather's name. And this is where it said County Sligo, Ireland. And so we took that, and you can go to the region in Ireland, or you can go to, I'm going to use Ireland because it's my personal story, and start researching the name. And for us, it was the Gallagher name, and we said Gallagher, right? A hard G in Minnesota anyway. Historians and genealogists in site. In Dublin, there's a whole national archive. In Italy, there's the same. You can get there if you just start asking questions. You can find cemeteries where your family was buried. That leads to new names that might be on headstones, and you just keep digging. For my father, it was just connecting on ancestry.com. That didn't require a DNA kit, by the way. That was just lining up your family tree.
That's so neat. I mean, honestly, I think some of those explorations sound really well worth it. I mean, it's fun to know your family history. Learn more about yourself as well.
Hey, it's your travel brat Nat. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast on your preferred listening platform. We also love reviews, so feel free to leave us a Google review or a review wherever you listen.